the nurse came in and he just went like this and went right back out. Hey YouTube, my name is Diamond and welcome to my channel. I'm gonna be doing a mukbang and I'm just gonna be basically talking about when I found out I was pregnant and my delivery day. So what I have here is a burrito straight from the burrito truck. Look at that. That's good. And I have me my aloe vera juice. I'm sorry, y'all, that was just too good. Anyway, let's get into this. So I was 18 when I found out I was pregnant. For like weeks and weeks, I was staying at my friend's house, and for weeks and weeks, like all I used to do was like sleep and throw up, sleep and throw up. And everybody used to say, you know, hey, you're pregnant, you should go check. And I'm like, nah, I'm not pregnant, I'm on birth control. I was getting a little depot shot. I think I missed like 2 months maybe. But yeah, I'm like, nah, I'm on birth control. I don't have to worry about none of that. Y'all tripping. I'm just tired. My stomach is upset. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, y'all. This shadow behind me is like scaring me. Anyways. Yeah. I just kept telling everybody they tripping. Like, y'all tripping. I know my body, I'm not pregnant, blah, blah, blah. So one night, this was going on for weeks. What are you looking at? One night, me and my friend went out for dinner, but we had breakfast. We went to IHOP or whatever, and we was sitting there, we was eating, we was talking. You know, she was just telling me, like, you know, you gaining weight, this and that. We was just having a good time, basically just talking, you know. And then soon as we left the restaurant, like in the parking lot type stuff, I threw up. She was like, oh yeah, you need to go get a pregnancy test. Come on, we're going to Walmart, we're gonna go get a pregnancy test. So mind you, at this time, me and my daughter's dad, we're not talking. Like, we were not cool. Like, if I called him, he was gonna answer the phone. But y'all, this is a scratch right here. My daughter scratched me, so don't think I got like herpes or something. But we was not cool. Like, if I called him, he's gonna answer the phone. But other than that, you know, like, we wasn't really talking unless it was like necessary. So we went to Walmart, and when we got back home, I got the box, the clear blue that said not pregnant or pregnant, not the 2 lines and stuff, because don't nobody got time to be trying to figure out if it's a line or it's a fake line. Anyways, we got the pregnancy test. It came with 3 in a box. So I took one and I sat in the bathroom until it was ready to read. Like, nobody knew I was taking this but my one. So I took one and I sat in the bathroom and I waited maybe like a minute, because honestly I was scared to look at it. Like, this was like, what? Pregnant? Me? No, I'm living my best life right now. I cannot. This is my 2nd year of college. Like, I was just doing my thing. I had a car, had a job, I was going to school, I was working. Like, I was doing a whole shebang. So I waited in there for like a minute, and I flipped it over and I looked at it. It said pregnant. My heart just dropped, y'all. Like, honestly, I did not know what to feel. Like, I was just shocked. Like, how could this happen to me? I'm over here living my best life right now. Like, I'm finally considered grown. I got my own stuff, my own money. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I don't have to come in the house at a certain time. Like, I just do me. And that was just that. Like, how could this be happening to me? Like, I was just so shocked. So I called her in the bathroom. Like, I picked up my phone and I called her in the bathroom because, you know, it was a house full of people there. Like, I really didn't want nobody to know because I wasn't sure, like, what was I gonna do at this with this baby. So I called her in there and she said, "You pregnant, huh?" And she said that over the phone. When she walked in the bathroom, I showed her. She was like, "Oh my God." Like, she was shocked too. Like, we both sitting there. She like, I told you. But she was more so shocked. She was like, "It's gonna be a girl, whatever." She already knew my daughter was gonna be my daughter from the jump. So I went in the room and it was 2 of my sisters sitting in there. And I just laid down. I laid down on the floor like I didn't say nothing. So they asked me what was wrong, and, you know, I basically told them, and they told the whole freaking house. Like, who told y'all to do that? Marissa. Anyways, they ended up telling the whole house or whatever. So me in my head, like, I still didn't believe it. I went to sleep, and the next morning, like, early in the morning, like, as soon as the doctor's office opened, I called, and I'm like, I need to come in for a checkup. So I came home and I had another pregnancy test at home. It was a different one. It was the one with the 2 lines or the 1 line. So I took that before I went to the doctor. My doctor's appointment was already made. I just came home to, you know, like, get some sweatpants, like some relaxed clothes, some leggings, you know, all that. So I took it before I got in the shower and it came out positive too. So I'm like, oh no, these pregnancy tests is playing with my head. Like, this is not right. So I went to the doctor. And then when I got in there, she was like, you just wanted a checkup, right? I was like, yeah, and I also need to do a pregnancy test. So doing my checkup, I peed in the cup before everything started, you know, height and weight, all the regular stuff that you do when you go to the doctor. And so in the middle of my checkup, her asking me, you know, the usual questions, reading your last period, this and that, all that stuff. The nurse came in and he just went like this and went right back out. So I'm like, what was that? It was some secret code. She was like, he just confirmed that your pregnancy test came back positive. I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. Like, I did not know what to do. Mind you, I still have not talked to her father. None of that. Like, we're still not talking. He doesn't know I'm by myself with this. Like, my mom don't know, my dad don't know. Only people that know is my friends that was there when I took it. So after this day, I scheduled an appointment with an OBGYN, and it was like, the appointment was for like the next week, and it was basically like, with the birth control, like, my periods was off, so I never really knew like when, like, I basically didn't have one, if you ask me, but like, you know, I would spot sometimes, but there was like, doing the math with your last period, we can't take you until you're 8 weeks. They said I was only 2. So they scheduled, no, not 2, like 5 maybe. So when they scheduled my appointment for when I'm 8 weeks, I came in, and when they looked at the baby was big, farther along than they thought I was. And at this point, like, after I got all the ultrasound pictures, all the proof and everything, like, I had no doubt that he was not gonna believe me. But, you know, some dudes, they like, I've been messing with this guy since I was in 9th grade, so we already had that relationship. But, you know, some people, you know, yeah. So I just wanted to get all the information, make sure everything was, you know, before I told him. So going to the day I actually had the baby, my due date was November 3rd. And she did not come out into the 9th. So November 3rd came and she still wasn't there. I wasn't dilated enough, none of that. And I told my doctor, I had a black doctor, which was cool because, you know, we just had that connection. Like, she was like my mama, kind of. But I told her, like, technically after your due date, you're supposed to wait. Well, she told me I had to wait 2 weeks to get induced. Induced means, like, they help the baby come out, basically. And I was like, no, that's not happening. I'll wait 1 week, that's it. We're gonna compromise. You say 2, I say 1, and it's gonna go with what I say because I'm the patient and I'm paying you. So I'm not paying her, my insurance is paying her, but I'm the reason she's getting her check. I'm not even eating. my food's just getting cold. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't never really told the story. Anyways, I'm like, no, I'll wait 1 week. So I kept having signs like I was gonna have a baby, like my mucus plug came out. Only thing that did not happen, like I thought it was gonna be like in the movies, like when your water break on your due date and you rush to the hospital. Like, no, that did not happen for me. Only thing that came out was my mucus plug, and that's it. Like, I didn't even dilate all the way by myself. You heard that? Okay, I'm tripping. I did not dilate all the way by myself. So, on November 9th, 2018, I went to the hospital like 12 o'clock, like 12 midnight. Like, it had just hit November 9th. So they put me into a room or whatever, and the first thing they did was, you know, hook up the IVs, questions, paperwork, all the regular smuggler stuff like when you go to the hospital. So they hook up the IVs so that I can have fluid. Once I got into that room, like, I could no longer eat. And let me tell y'all how scandalous my family is. My stepmom, my dad, and my boyfriend was in the room eating good, and I'm just sitting there like smelling all this food. Like, I'm so hungry, like I can't even eat. And my cousin told me before I went to the hospital, she said, eat until you get full. And me, I'm like, nah, I'm not hungry, I'm not gonna eat, I'm just trying to go get this over with. Ooh, excuse me. I'm just trying to go get this over with or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna eat nothing, I'm cool. Well, now, let me tell y'all, I could not eat until after I had that baby, and then they brought me a sandwich. I was so mad. Like, honestly, y'all, I don't even really eat sandwiches like that. So when they brought me that, I'm like, this is what y'all feeding me? Anyways, so I got in the room at 12 midnight. And the first thing they did was hook up the IVs or whatever, and they gave me medication to help open my cervix. You have to be 10 centimeters dilated in order to, you know, start pushing out the baby, so that was going to help. So after that medicine kicked in for a while, and medicine, that was so trifling. After the medicine kicked in for a while, it came back. And it had this thing, it was like a balloon. It was like a balloon that they stuck inside of my vagina. So she blew it up, and she was like, this is gonna help, you know, keep your cervix open or whatever. She put it in, and then they blew it up and they left. I sat with this balloon in me for so long, like it felt like forever, but like thinking of the times now, like it really wasn't that long. So I couldn't take it out. I had to pee with the balloon inside me. Like, I had to go to the bathroom with the IVs inside me, like push the little thing, you know, y'all see movies when they be walking around with the little thing. But yeah, I had to pee with that inside me. It was so uncomfortable. Like, it was just too much. So, alright, I'm sitting with that in me, and, you know, it's getting closer to the time. So they finally take it out, because, you know, it's almost time to start pushing or whatever. No, they take it out because they pop my water bag for me. What's that called? Water bag. I think it's called a water air bag. No, it's a water bag. They pop my water bag for me because it did not pop on its own. I'm sorry, y'all. I got braces, and it's like food stuck all in it, so I'm not trying to really open my mouth so my mom can see it. That's so trifling. Anyways, they took it out to pop my water bag, and it honestly felt like I just peed on myself. Like, it was just like water just everywhere. Like, I was so uncomfortable. Like, I ain't peed on myself in so long, so just to feel that feeling was like, ew, nasty. But they popped my water bag, and that's when the contractions, them things start hurting. I was getting contractions the whole time, but like, it was closer to the time the baby was, like, you know, coming down, so it was hurting more and more. I did get an epidural, I got it like at the last second, because I guess there's a time frame of when you can get it. And at first, you know, I was trying to take the pain. Like, my boyfriend was massaging my back, like, when the contractions was coming, because it made it feel better. But after a while, I'm like, no, this is not working. Your hand's not right. Like, none of this is right. So, I got the epidural. Everybody had to get out the room. It's just me and the doctor. And he stuck me in my back with the medicine. After that, like, I could still feel it, but like to an extent, like it didn't hurt. Like I felt like, oh my God, I'm gonna shed some tears. Time to push. So, mind you, I got induced at 12 o'clock p.m., like midnight. I had my baby at 2:37 a.m. So it was just 2-hour period. Mind you, I had to get the medicine, sit with the balloon in me so they could open up the surface, all that. I feel like it happened really fast. Like, my doctor said that when it was time to push, it took me less than 20 minutes, which was a good thing. I didn't rip, I didn't tear. Like, that was all stuff I was scared of doing, but none of that actually happened to me. Like, I didn't have that experience, so I'm really grateful of that. Pushing her out was really easy. I feel like the thing that hurt it the most was the head. Like, pushing her head out, and y'all gonna see my daughter soon. She has a very big head. Her head is big, and she came out with a full head of hair, so it didn't, I wouldn't say it hurt it more so burned. My doctor called it the ring of fire, but yeah, it really did burn. Like, that was like I had chlamydia or something, like, But, yeah, it took me 2.5 hours to push her out. It was a real good experience for me. Like, I'm planning on having another baby soon. Not soon, but soon. You know, I don't want to get too old, but I don't want to have it too soon, if y'all know what I mean. Anyways, this time if I do it again, like if I have another baby, I'm gonna do it without the epidural so I can get the full experience or whatever. But you know, having a baby is different for everybody. Like, my experience was not what I thought it was gonna be. I was thinking more so of something in the movie. No, nothing like that at all. Like, nothing like that at all. Like, I didn't do all the screaming, all the yelling, all that stuff like people be doing in the movies. No, that was not the case for me. Never felt the need to scream, yell, do none of that. Anyways, that is my story on when I found out I was pregnant and giving birth to my daughter. She is now 1. I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe.